Can I just say that I'm very flattered that you're proud of me to start this podcast? Like to literally physically press start.
Yeah, you did everything.
I know, but I'm surprised. Like, I'm honored that you trust me enough to press start.
All right, listen up, everybody.
Listen to me because you'll learn.
I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
I'm ready to go in there and take notes for a couple hours.
So this is going to be a fun podcast. We're on a timer because we've got this baby. We've got our baby. Then we've got my parents' new baby. No, it's a dog. And she is somehow the youngest living being in this house.
Yeah.
But the most chill.
Because she's the most tired.
Yeah, thank God.
She's a little tired, baby.
So I got Belle here. And the only reason Belle is here is because we needed Honey, the new golden retriever. I'll throw a picture up right now. There it is. And we needed her here as well because she's because I don't know. And I will always treat my dog better than other dogs.
I support that. I agree with you.
You have to. You have to. I've seen other people treat their dogs better than mine, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, understood.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm doing that to my dog though. No more equal opportunity dog loving. Oh no. This is the 1950s, and my dog is being treated better than all you other dogs. I'll let it go. That's been censored now a few times. Oh yeah, what's up, man?
Are we here to talk about dogs?
Mm-mm.
I love dogs.
Mm-mm.
As long as I don't have to keep them, hold them, watch them. No, we're not here to talk about dogs.
No. Do you want to do the pet episode now?
I thought we were gonna have the pets for the pet episode.
Well, yeah, but Honey's sleeping.
Here's
Bella's breaking the studio.
Here's the pet episode. If you have kids, don't get a pet. Episode over. Let's do something else.
No. If you have kids, don't get pets yet. If you have babies, don't get pets. If you have kids,
also don't get
cute.
pets.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. Like, what is this?
Speaking of what is this? Do you like my hat?
Yes, lovely.
Okay, because I just found it laying in here.
It's your brother's cool guy hat.
Well, my brother's a cool guy.
Yeah, that's why he has cool guy hats.
Cool guys have cool guy hats.
And other guys have my hats. So, what we wanted to talk about today is something that brings a lot of emotion out of you.
Me?
You.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
I'm excited.
The dad double standard? The dabble standard? No.
Ooh, I like that.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought it was awful.
Oh, I thought it was cute. Okay.
I don't know.
The dad bull
the
standard.
dad bull standard. And that's what we're here to talk about today. And it all started. Why don't you tell them how we got this idea for this podcast?
I was sent a reel from an attorney. I don't know if she was an attorney, whatever. The point is it's an attorney saying, hey, like I'm preparing my client for a custody hearing, I believe. And I asked the following questions.
The reel was created by an attorney.
Yeah.
That was that. Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. These are the questions. And then it went into the client says, why is this relevant? Everyone's like, assumes it's a dad.
Okay.
So I want to ask you the questions because I was sent the reel and I said, I'm pretty sure Lewis knows all of these.
So let me hit pause.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you explained it incorrectly. Mm-hmm. That's why mansplaining is so important. We're just so much better at it. But I was trying to deal with Belle, so I don't know let me just clarify.
Yeah.
Lawyer is asking her client, male or woman, she doesn't make specific.
She doesn't genderify them.
The attorney is asking her client several questions.
Yes.
In
preparation for a custody hearing. So this person wants custody of the kids.
And the client, rather than answering these questions, says, why is this relevant? So they didn't know the answers to these questions. And so because they didn't know the answers to these questions, everyone on the internet assumes that client is the father.
Yes. But I want you to know, let the record state, I did go to bat for you and I said you knew the answers to these.
Okay, so let me hear them.
Okay.
By the way, she's been sitting on these since the day she saw the reel. She was going to ask me them there. I was like, nah, save it for the air,
It's
baby.
been 84 years. You know the Titanic? Yes. Okay. Anyway.
I don't think I've seen the Titanic more than you have.
You probably have. I never watched the second side of the VHS.
Of the VHS? Two VHSs, dude?
Did we just age ourselves?
Too long. Dude, and no movie was 2 DVDs long.
No.
They fit on all the
They figured it out.
Titanic and I think Godfather were the two double
Two-
VHSs
two-sided,
that we had in my house.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, first and foremost, I guess you can answer them unless maybe it's like too revealing. You can decide whether or not to answer. But I know. Okay, whatever. Do your kids have any known allergies?
So Mackenzie, no, but she threw up when she had a kiwi once.
She did.
Maya is allergic to hearing from her left ear.
Not an allergy. Continue.
And Maddie is allergic to peace among her parents.
Yep, sounds
Because
accurate.
why would we have peace? And she could just take a bottle and be babysat. No, she needs to be around us 24/7.
She's just needy. She's a Velcro baby in the best way. Who is
Is there
you?
a good way to be a Velcro baby?
I said she's a Velcro baby in the best way.
But there's no good way to be a
You
Velcro
don't-
baby.
Anyway,
That's like being a serial killer in the best
No,
way. Like there's, I guess Dexter made it a good way, so never mind. Yeah.
okay. Who's your child's pediatrician? Your children, because they all have the same pediatrician.
Dr. E. Let's leave it at
Shout
that.
out Dr. E,
Dr.
which is
E.
another story for another day. How we ended up there because
It was Dr. Levin. I can say his full name because he retired, and then
He
Dr.
was-
E.
magical,
Yeah,
and
he
then
was.
I thought we were not gonna have any luck, and then we found this place, and thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Next, because I could go on about that. Who is your children's dentist?
It's not the same dentist as ours, but it's down. It's in the same plaza.
yeah.
It's that our dentist, and then in the other building is a kid's dentist.
Honey, you're so good at this.
Yeah.
Your children's shoe sizes. I guess Maddie doesn't have a shoe size, but the other two.
Okay. So
Spoiler. alert.
when we went to Kohl's,
Okay.
we were shopping for Mackenzie,
Which Kohl's is underrated, but continue.
and you said to look for a 13 or a 1,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy because 13 and 1 got to be like way different sizes.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, so Mackenzie's either 13 or 1, depending on the socks she's wearing, because she has some socks.
The
like
school socks are so thick.
super thick, and then
She's
the-
like a size 27 when she's wearing school socks.
She needs to borrow Shaquille O'Neal's shoes,
Yeah.
which don't know why I pronounced it like that.
Shaquille, yeah.
I was gonna say Shaq, and then I decided say his full government name. He earned it.
I was gonna roast you on that, and I was like, I don't know how sensitive he's feeling today.
About
Is-
Shaquille O'Neal.
yeah, I'm like, is he in the right headspace to get roasted?
Oh my God! Speaking of Shaquille O'Neal, well, pause and shoes. Actually, no, now unpause because
Yeah, go.
Shoes. Dude, there's no more Payless. There used to be a Payless.
Isn't
right
that
here in
crazy?
Kendall, and I remember Shaq sold his shoes there, and people were roasting him. It's like, yo, look at Jordan. Look at all these studs that have their own shoe line. They're at Nike.
Did he
they're
say
at Foot
some
Locker.
cute
And
stuff?
he was like, yeah, but if I was a kid, I wouldn't be able to afford those. So I want
Oh,
kids
stop. I'm gonna
to
cry.
afford
Don't tell
mine.
me that. Don't tell me
And
that.
so that's why they sold Shaq's at Payless.
That's gonna hit me right in the hormones.
Dude.
That
ew.
is like my heart. That's
Okay.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good guy, man.
He's so good.
You think he wants to be on our
Walmart story-
podcast?
I mean, I love his parenting style. His parenting style is you're the one that
I told yeah, he's like, we're not rich, I'm rich.
we're not. I'm rich. Earn your
I
shit.
love it.
And then so Maya, last I checked, her foot size was an 11.
Yeah.
And because but the problem is with these kids' feet,
They
they grow. They just grow so
Dude.
fast.
Okay, for my sister's wedding, I'm like, oh, we should start like looking now to buy them like dresses
Buy
and
things little by
shoes.
little.
You can't, because by the time it comes around, even if it was it's not in a month, but if it was in a month, it wouldn't fit them anymore.
No.
So okay, so that was one of the ones that I was like, I don't know if Lewis knows this, but because they grow so fast, but you're in the
13,
right
1,
area,
11,
yeah.
And then no shoes.
And do you know your kid's clothes size?
I do.
You don't want to put them out there.
I don't want to, just keep it anonymous for sure, but I know it. I know it.
You're laughing, and I know that you know it. So
I do know it, but I wanted the viewers to think
I'm
I
like,
didn't know
you're
it.
laughing, but I know you know it.
Yeah. No, Mackenzie's a little bigger for her
Fuerte.
size, and then Maya is around her age, +1 or 2,
Yeah.
+1, and then Maddie is.
Right on the nose.
Maddie's deceiving because her face is fatter
So
than mine.
chunky. Yeah.
She has a bigger head than me. But
No, you got a big head,
That's the
dude.
problem with this episode is like my left arm is gonna stay down here, so like I can't use belt.
Just put up every time you're like off camera, put a picture of Belle.
No, it's because I like using my hands to talk. In every episode that I've done, I'm using
Just
both
carry
hands.
her.
But now my left hand has to stay
Maybe
petting
she has
her, or
things
she
to
will
say.
leave. And if she leaves, this is
has
not a big
things to
studio,
say.
guys. For those of you wondering where we record, it's not a big studio. She will
It's
break
huge.
something.
Okay, let me not do that. Your kids' best friends.
I know them.
Give me a letter.
Both of them have one with E.
No, that. Oh yeah. No, I thought you were talking
I'm
about.
getting custody for sure.
I thought you were talking about the other friend, and I was like, no.
Then Maya has one that starts with A,
Mm-hmm.
and then Mackenzie has S and A and another S, and then C, I think, is the big one. Or no, Y is the
Yeah.
big one now. Y is the big one now.
Yeah.
And then she has, other
The
friends.
lifers.
And then, we're not going to put their names out there. She comes home. I don't know if this is in the custody hearing. Came home, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, I think one of those days. This past week, yeah.
We're both in pickup, which is odd because, again,
I haven't
you're the
been
breadwinner.
at
You
pickup.
need to actually work, and I need to do the mommy thing.
I think I had an inspection or something. We were like already out on the road, and we're like, shoot,
And-
let's go get the kids.
And so when we open the door, she sees both of us. I guess that excites her to the point where let's divulge some personal information.
Let me tell you.
She says, I have 2 boyfriends.
And I said, good for you, girl.
And you know what's crazy is as a dad, she's 6, no boyfriends. But as a dad, I remember when she's born, I remember thinking like, man, and as her years went on, thinking the same thing of like, I don't know how I'm going to deal when she gets boyfriends or girlfriends. It's boyfriend now, so that's what I'm going to say. I don't know how she's going to do when she gets a boyfriend. She comes home, Dad, I like a boy. I had no idea how I was going to react to that. Dad, I like a boy.
Anything, anybody, yeah.
She skipped, I like
All
a
of
boy.
it.
Hey, I think he likes me. Hey, he's asking me. No, she skipped to 2 boyfriends.
Let her live.
You
Here's the
You got
thing.
one wife.
No, here's
That's
the thing.
the way the world works.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna tie it back to the whole double standard thing because when little boys are in kindergarten, everyone's like, "Oh, tiene novia." So why can't our daughter tiene novio?
No, notice how that was the singular of boyfriend,
Let her live.
not boyfriends.
But the way we handle this is how she's gonna handle every other. I have a
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell her,
situationship.
hey, and I'm gonna every situation she has, I'm gonna tell her the same thing that I told her now. Do not be a whore.
She's 6.
I didn't tell her that, obviously, but like, come
She
on, you
did.
can't have
She
2
did tell me that
boyfriends.
one of the boyfriends
Broke up with her.
No, the day after. No, come on now. She's gonna break their heart. But one of them like got hurt and was sad, so she gave him a hug.
They're hugging now.
Yeah.
That's kindergarten, second base.
I don't know, man. We thought private school was gonna be on the straight and narrow.
So yeah, I nailed all the questions though.
You did, and you did great. And that's why I'm like, are we just modernizing the parenting scheme? Because I feel like a lot of friends that we have would also be able to answer those questions,
Yeah, well, that's because we surround ourselves with people that.
have the same values. But then I went to my nail place. Those guys do not know the answers to those questions.
Well, how are those guys?
The
doing?
spouses of the.
How are those guys?
So I
doing?
go to this nail lady, and it's her and another nail lady. There's just two nail techs, and then 2 appointments at the same time.
A lot.
No, 2.
Huh?
It's like
She's doing 2 people's nails
no,
at the same
2
time?
nail techs, 2 nail technicians. So my lady and
okay.
another lady, and then I'm getting my nails done with one, and then the other lady is doing another girl. And the 3 of them start talking. I'm like checking my email. You know, I'm eavesdropping on everything. And they're talking about how they have to, my nail tech with the other customer, how they have to serve their husband's dinner when the husband gets home. And she's like, it doesn't matter, like, if I'm tired, if I already ate, if he gets home late, whatever. Like, I have to physically do the act of serving his dinner on a plate. And I was, like, in shock because I'm like, in my house, my husband's lucky if I even make dinner.
I'm not. You say that as a bit, but no. I'm lucky when you don't make dinner because when you do, it's terrible.
That is so mean. Where's Shaq? I'm going to go move in with him.
Yeah, but again, you're not going to be rich. You're going to be in a wheelchair. And
Louis! Oh, my gosh.
no, but that it comes down to the double standard, the thing that pisses you off to no end. And
Oh
that's
my
that's
God.
what I'm really excited.
You're
is
going to piss me off today,
when
aren't you?
people, men and women, usually women are the one that say it, so I don't know why you're mad at men for this, say, oh, the dad is babysitting his kids.
It's not babysitting.
he's-
He's being a dad.
Yeah, it's like, oh, where's dad? Oh, he's babysitting the kids.
Well,
it's like,
yeah, because he's not. When people ask me, it's wild. If I go anywhere without the kids, and they're like at home with you or whatever. Like I do any. Oh, where are the girls with their dad? Like there's another parent here. I'm not a single parent. You know, like it's always like oh, okay.
Yeah, being let's call it a modern dad.
Okay.
Being a modern dad is different. Like me, I am not the breadwinner. I am unemployed until I have a show at night.
I mean, you're not
And
unemployed because you have jobs.
I don't have insurance.
That doesn't mean you're unemployed.
That kind of does.
Lots of jobs don't offer insurance.
Yeah, the bad ones.
Anyway.
And but like I'm unemployed throughout the day. I'm not doing anything. If I'm making skits, I have meetings, but those are rare. I'll have like one really busy week and then 8 nothing to do weeks. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
And so our gender roles, I take on a lot of the traditionally maternal ones.
Yeah, like a
The
Mr.
mom
Mom.
ones. I don't do the dishes because I hate the dishes, and I love you for always putting them. But I'll take them out. I
Pack lunches.
pack lunches. I'm making breakfast for the girls. I'm making lunch for the girls. I'm making dinner. Sometimes, other times you do. But I'm the one that does drop off. I'm the one that does pickup. If they have activities, I'm taking them to activities. Like I do a lot of the homework.
No, but I get what you're saying. We have a lot of, but I don't know that okay, I guess they are traditionally mom roles, but I'm like, I feel like that's just a partnership, you know? Like, I didn't have kids to be in this by myself. I didn't have kids to have to do everything day and night for them while I'm also working a full-time job. Like, we've always been a partnership. We carry each other's burdens. Well, that's a good sound.
Sorry.
We carry each other's burdens.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's about me being amazing and knowing that because and being understanding and considerate to the fact that you do too much for this family. More than most humans should. And I know there's single parents out there. They shouldn't be single. They should, like in perfect worlds, I know, whatever. But in a perfect world, let's not get into that. I'm going to get canceled for saying parents should, kids should have 2 parents. Sorry for thinking that. God forbid. But that's what I feel. But what I'm saying is, yes, there's single moms out there doing everything. But for a woman that's in a marriage, in a partnership, you do a lot. And like let's in terms
Thank you,
of money,
honey.
you make way more money than I do. You are the breadwinner. If the household income is 100%, you are bringing in like 85% of the money.
I don't know if that's
a
accurate.
high day too.
I don't know if that's accurate.
So you're bringing in all the money. How do you do it? By working 8-hour days, 9-hour days, 10-hour days.
Yeah.
You work a lot. You're an attorney. It's a job that doesn't sleep. You're getting emails at 7. You're getting emails at 7 a.m., p.m. You're getting emails at 3 a.m., 3 p.m. Like, it doesn't stop for you. So
girl
as a
is
guy that
tired.
loves you and understands.
You love me?
Sometimes.
Oh. No, you love me always. You don't always like me. That's the
Nah,
same.
nah, that's
okay.
wrong.
Well,
No, look, man. Maybe it's an insecurity thing on me. Maybe most traditional modern dads stem from insecurity. But like, I am fat.
You've lost
don't
like
have a
87
college-
pounds.
and I'm still fat. That's embarrassing.
Oh my God.
I don't have a college degree. I don't have a real job.
But you're funny.
I'm very lucky to have a gorgeous
Oh my God.
attorney, amazing mom for a wife.
Is
so
that me
I
or
gotta
your
do-
second family?
No, that was my first one. Now I got
Call
a
her back.
half-ass attorney, but it's still gorgeous and good mom.
Thank you, honey.
No, man, you know how it is, and so I got to do everything I can to make sure I don't lose you. Because at the end of the day, like when I'm on cruises, that you're doing everything by yourself. I'm sure you're thinking, I don't need this motherfucker. Like I'm good. I'm clearly doing everything on my own. I don't need this fucking guy.
But it's nice to have help.
That's why when I am home, I try to help out as much as I can. And you know what's funny though is like our roles were never maybe dishes. Dishes is the only thing maybe we've discussed.
Well, because we showed up at marriage therapy before we got married and we were like, Matthew, these dishes, man, we're going to freaking lose it on each other. And he was like, why don't you just split the task? And we're like, hadn't thought of it.
Lovely.
So if you need marriage therapy, go to a
put
priest.
it in, and something I'm not very good at, I'm pulling them out. And like trash, I do. That's me. Sometimes you got to tell me, no problem. Sometimes I got to tell you, hey, broad, the chicken's all undercooked. I never say that to her. That would be rude. But like,
Rude.
we've kind of got these unspoken roles within the house.
Well, like
I
in
am
the-
doing pickup
think
and
of the
drop-off,
morning.
and if you're available, you'll come. If not, you won't.
Think of the morning, right? Like we wake up,
The morning, that's something that we
Yeah.
never discussed.
We just fell into it.
Exactly. Like, if you're getting the girls ready, what else needs to get done. It probably started like that. You're getting the girls like, "Oh, what needs
But
to get
here's-
done?" And you're like, lunch, breakfast, something.
Here's the thing is if I was doing everything that needs to be done in the morning by myself and you were like sitting on the couch or asleep in bed, the way that I would murder you right then and there.
Hey, you're an attorney. You know how to not get caught.
No, like the way I would lose my mind is unreal. So,
And
but I'm
also-
like,
and
how
again,
are
I think it's an insecurity thing of like, I know how lucky I am with you. I don't want to lose that. Let me just do as much as I can.
I feel like if you ever had a second wife, you'd be like, wow, my first wife was something else.
No. If I ever got a second wife, it would be a fucking green card wedding with one of your nail techs that knows how to serve a man.
I mean, she even cooks. I was like, you're cooking, lady?
Well, that's what you said. Is like, even if he cooks, she's gonna serve
Yes.
him. I was like, hell yeah, that's the
I'm
shit.
like, oh no, honey bunch.
These are the kind of men that it's like, my husband doesn't listen, and I'm like, wait, we don't have to fucking listen.
That's
all the
an
time?
option?
We can do that.
No, you can't. But it depends on your wife because some women are going to put up with it. You know I'm not going to put up with that. I'm going to be like, what is going on? Like, what are you going through? Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. What do you need from me so that I can get what I need from you?
Yeah. What do you think are the keys to being a modern dad in a modern, relationship? Because and the reason we're saying this is because we've been talking about it the whole episode. If you are a man that can bring in enough money that your wife doesn't have
Yeah.
to work,
Go for it.
and you guys talk about it. Oh, my wife has told me a million times as the breadwinner, whenever I get a fucking lucrative enough deal
Oh, yeah.
that she can quit, you're quitting. You're doing Pilates. You're doing the dishes. You're doing the. I didn't force her to do Pilates. That was the workout.
No,
she
that
chose.
was me. Yeah, I was like, I want to be at like brunch at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday after my Pilates class, but like the kids are still. Hold on. The kids are still going to school.
Have to, yeah.
Okay,
You-
I want to make that clear.
And
Okay.
if you can be a dad that let's say you're a fucking whatever it is you do that you're making buku bucks and you discuss with your wife, hey, I'm bringing in all the money. You do all the household stuff. You be a homemaker. You make this house a home.
I
That's
would
why
love
we call
that.
you a homemaker. And I'm gonna bring in all the money for whatever you need to make this house a home.
Yeah, but not just
Just-
like living paycheck to paycheck. Like you gotta have
So let's be real.
cushion.
Let's say, God willing, I get the. It's not just Matt Rife. The Matt Rife, the Nate Bargatze, where something online hits and I start going on tours and stand up really works out for me. Let's say, God willing, maybe this podcast works out. People hear it. And it's like, I
oh
don't know
no,
how.
because then I have to work. If this
Let's-
podcast works out, that's not the point.
If I did make enough money
Uh-huh.
to get you out of your job, and you quit, and I get home
Oh,
and
okay.
shit's not done,
No, you can't, bitch.
I can't, bitch, right?
No.
No.
No, you
No,
can't.
because it's so hard to take care of kids and do
Well-
Pilates. And then I have to come home and the dishes are just full. And Luce didn't put them in the dish. Luce is our
I'm
maid,
sorry,
by the way.
honey, I'm sorry. How many teams are in that college football game you play all day long?
What are you talking about?
That little tiki tiki game that you play all day long that nobody bitches at you for?
Nobody bitch. Nobody says I'm gonna burn your Xbox.
I do say that.
Nobody says that.
But I hold it in until I can't hold it in anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry that I just won the national championship with Florida International University.
Go Panthers.
Do you understand how hard that is?
No, because they're wonderful. Go Panthers.
I believe if you can make enough money, and again, if she made enough money where she told me, hey, I want you to be pretty much gay and just be the mom and do all the household things. And if she made enough money and I was into that, I'd be like, you know what? Let's do it. I know my wife. And if I made enough money for you to stay at home, you'd pick up a hobby, you'd pick up a part-time job at Publix, something. You could not stay at home.
No,
And-
that's where I thought you were going before. Like, would you quit your job? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I
so I
get
would
s-
still have to deal with nothing on the plate when I get home. But also,
I'd quit for like a week and then be like, can I come back? I'm so bored.
the schedule of stand-up is I'm only working,
On the
4 nights a
weekends?
weekend?
Yeah.
4 nights a week? Yeah, that's fine.
So you can still be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah,
And
that's what I feel like I'd get duped into.
But I feel like it depends on your spouse what kind of parent you're going to be.
Yes. But also, the reason I brought that up and it just clicked while you were talking, because you have such a magical voice that it makes my brain work better. Because of the economy we live in,
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of people there's not a lot of relationships that can have one breadwinner. So because both the male and because both partners have to work, both partners also got to put in work at home.
I agree.
And that's something that I've always understood. Both my parents worked. Both of my parents did shit at home. I saw it. I lived it. It's how I was raised.
Both of my parents didn't work. No, but it's the same idea you've been saying, because my mom didn't work, but my dad made enough money to support the family so that my mom could stay home. We were 4 kids.
But how is it? So I was raised in a household like us. We both work. We both got to put in work to the house. For you, that you were raised in a house that had one person working, one person homemaking. When you got married to me, what were you expecting, and what did you think?
I know.
What lived up to expectations? What's been
It's
different?
weird because I didn't expect to grow up and like marry someone who was gonna work, and I was just gonna be a stay-at-home mom. Like from when I was very, very little, I was like, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it's because my mom was at home, like cheering us on and encouraging us and pushing our studies, and like because she was there and she was able to be supportive in that and like our education and emphasizing our education and stuff. Maybe to me, I'm like, oh, it's important to be educated and have a job and whatever. I don't even think I've ever thought about, like, I've never thought about being a stay-at-home mom until like now, where I'm like, oh, I'm just tired, I want to sleep. But my whole life, like, that was never. And there are women out there like that. That's not a knock on them either. There's women that are like, I just want to get married and be a mom and stay at home, and I'm going to find someone that does that. But I think even with you, you knew from the beginning I was not going to be one of those people.
So you wanted me to listen to Justin Baldoni's podcast, which is
Oh,
all
you
about
can't say
like.
Justin Baldoni anymore.
Of course you can. The history is spinning. The story's coming out.
I don't know, man. That
He
thing
is
is like a
winning.
tornado. I don't know.
Is it coming back around to him?
No, it's coming back around to Ryan.
To Ryan and Blake.
Ryan is the
He's
issue.
coming
but
out as
not
the good
not
guy.
Blake or him. The issue is supposedly Ryan.
Yeah. It's crazy how Ryan Reynolds is
Which-
losing and all this. But when
Go see Candace Owens' story. Anyway, go.
when people didn't hate Justin Baldoni
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing that
Man enough.
fucking bitch ass podcast
Oh my
about what it's
God.
like to be a bitch man and fucking mental health and fucking just just like all that shit that I would never do. I never listened to it because that doesn't interest me.
Right.
So I would listen to sports and comedy podcasts. I'm not
Okay.
going to listen to his. The reason I bring that up is because the dads that need to hear
That.
this episode aren't listening.
No,
They're
but
not. Like, we know a few dads that could listen to this episode. Like, hey, your wife works. She needs help at home. If you're not Jeff Bezos.
I wish.
Get to work at home because your wife can't do everything at home because of you, she's also working.
No, but maybe you can open the door to a conversation between the wife that does listen to approach her husband when he's in the, or spouse, wife, husband, whatever.
Husband, we're talking about dads. We're talking about right now, we were talking about the modern dad and how there's some men, we changed the subject to how there's some men that don't make enough for their wives to be homemakers, yet expect
it,
their
yeah.
wife to be homemakers.
No, that's annoying.
So
that
how
drives
do you
me
deal with
crazy.
that? Because those dads, I don't think are listening.
They're not, but I think it's about it's literally every single issue in a family, in a relationship with anybody comes down to communication. You have to get the other person, first of all, which you should have figured out before you got married and started a family, was how you communicate with each other.
That would have been ideal.
Because you need to communicate without like fighting and stuff. But like get to the right headspace for both of you where you can have an open, honest communication without egos and stuff, and be like, hey, I know that, or I feel like you're expecting certain things out of me. I can't give it to you. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm tired. These kids don't stop saying mom the second they get home. I got to figure out what people are eating for dinner, if we're getting baths, what days are hair wash days. Apart from my own hair wash days, you got to coordinate hair wash days.
Hey.
You don't wanna hear
You
it.
got to stop. No, it's getting me going. Like, I'm getting inside. It's the same shit that happens off podcast.
I was
when
gonna
you're
say-
like, hey, this is what's going on in my head.
And you're like,
you
"Shut
rattle
up."
down a quarter of the list, and I'm like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
My brain's gonna explode like a fembot in Austin Powers. Like I can't right now.
But that's what I'm saying is like sit down and be like, these are the things that are on my mind. These are the things I need to get done in order for me to feel like accomplished, like we've done something, whatever. I need help. I don't want to have to tell you what needs to be done. And I think right now we're at a point where you kind of know. Like before,
I
it was
just
like
actively ignore what needs to be done.
no,
I hate doing it.
stop. You know, like the dishwasher has to be emptied. The kids have to be fed. You know, like things like that. Like I don't want to have to tell you like, oh, look at the couch. There's crap on the couch. Can you please pick it up? I want you to see the crap and be like, oh, maybe I should pick that up on my own before she says something.
Communication up front is the most important because I
Yeah.
have a cousin here and a cousin here. This one makes enough money that his wife doesn't work. And this one, that both the wife and the husband work. Mm-hmm. And both of them are in equally loving marriages, everything. And because they're cousins, I know it's not just a front that they put on Instagram. You know, because my cousin over here that works, makes enough money that the wife does, like they communicated their roles. They're happy.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then and by the way, he also knows how to change a fucking diaper. So which is lit. That's fucking dope
Yeah.
because I like thinking about I love it when you tell your grandma that I change diapers and she's like, pero Oka no nunca in Spanish like Oscar never knew how to change a diaper and it's like I did. And then
Well,
I look
if
at this
I'm
cousin,
changing
it's
my
like,
diaper, you should be changing it. We should both be changing diapers.
this cousin that they both work, they both share responsibilities at home. They're just as happy.
Yeah.
And it really does stem to communication. This whole podcast, everything stems down
Everything
to
goes back to it.
communication.
But the thing is, I don't think a lot of people know how to communicate. Because think about when I come to you with an issue and you're like not in the right headspace for it. Yeah. And you're like, it's going to be a fight.
Always.
So you got to figure out how to check your egos at the door. Hey, I want to I want to talk to you about something. Let's set a time or let me know, like, are you feeling good now? Is that, like things like that. But whatever works for you and your couple because everybody's going to be different.
All right, so that's how you be a modern dad.
Just be a good person.
You gotta check your ego at the door. And you gotta
Yes.
communicate, and you also gotta be self-aware. And that's where I got
That's the
it.
problem.
You gotta be self-aware. If you realize that you're in a situation where both you and your wife or husband, or if you and your partner are working like at jobs, then you both got to pull equal weight at home.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this and you've got a job and your wife has a job and she still has to do everything at home, understand
there's a problem.
You're fucking up. You're the problem.
Understand your wife is texting me about it.
Jesus fuck, is she really?
No, she's not.
Jesus Christ, dude.
No, she's texting her friend about it for sure.
I don't, I'm speaking to a hypothetical person. You spoke to someone. All right. So that's how you become a modern dad, man. You just got to be self-aware and put in equal work and also communicate to your partner, oh, yeah, I want to put in equal work, but I don't like fucking doing
like,
the
how
dishes.
can I help?
So what other chores can we throw on my plate? And you got to do some stuff you don't like me.
Scrubbing
like
toilets.
how there's a hall pass where you're allowed to cheat on your spouse with one thing. My one no is dishes.
Yeah, but
So
you
I
do
gotta
you do
man up, I gotta
laundry, you do
laundry,
trash, you
I
walk the
gotta do
dog.
trash, I gotta do all that
Yeah.
because I already used my one no on the dishes. You get your one no, man up, do the other shit. Do we got any questions?
Someone asked me what her opinion is on bed sharing.
Okay, so it's
'Cause
funny
modern
you say
parents-
that. No, because you say that, and I know what they mean, but my brain goes to the bed sharing we do. So when people ask about bed sharing, that's like kids sleeping in your bed.
Yeah, like bringing in little Timmy to our marital bed.
Yeah. No, but we did find the way
The
to
solution.
do that.
The
We found
solution to bed sharing
Ready?
is
if you have a kid that sleeps in your bed, and you're like, pinga.
Coño, get him
Or
out
like,
of
let's say you
here.
have multiple kids, and it's like this one's in this night, then the other one's in the other night, and the special Saturday night special, they're both in there, and it's like, oh my God, how do we do it? We did it by accident. We bought our kids bunk beds so they could sleep in the same room. Maya had the bottom bunk because I don't trust her to be on the top bunk. She'll fly off. And Mackenzie had the top. she hated the bottom bunk. Maybe it was too dark.
Yeah.
Maybe she just didn't like the bed on top. Whatever it is, she's never been able to communicate. She's just turned 4, and she stopped sleeping there when she was 3. It's hard for her to verbalize why she hated
Yeah.
it, but we knew she hated it. So she would sleep in Mackenzie's bed.
So
they
have your
both
kids' bed
sleep
share.
on the top bunk. They never, ever come to us.
Oh my
with their
gosh.
issues.
Can you knock on wood? Because now tonight we're going to get visits every 2 hours from one of them. But no, literally put them in a bed to share with each
Share
other.
the bed with each other. So again, if you're listening,
Well, that
you
has
only
to be
got
if
one
you have
kid,
multiples.
You
Yeah.
got one kid.
Time to have the second one.
Get to work. Get to work.
Just
Tell
saying.
Timmy, oye, door's locked tonight and for the next 9 months.
So bed sharing, we prefer not to with our bed, which kind of
And
I
that's
feel
just
like
a bad parenting.
I feel like
because
that backfired on us because we're like on Saturday and Sunday morning, we're like, I just want to sleep a little longer. And the kids get in our room and they're like, let's watch TV, let's play, let's jump. Dad, can you throw me? And I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want to sleep.
Share a room.
my God.
Make them share a room. If you don't want them to share a bed, share a room because they'll eventually share a bed when bad things, bad dreams
Yeah,
happen.
they'll go to each
bad,
other.
like, nights happen. And they'll go to each other. That's how you solve kids getting in your bed.
Amen. Stay cute.
Stay cute.